It's the afternoon of the final day of EIBTM 2013 and the show's drawing to a close. And I'm talking to show director Graeme Barnett to find out how the event's gone this year.
We started on Monday with our networking and learning and education programme, meetings, leadership summit, forum, networking reception, and then day 2, 3 and 4 have been all about delivering business contacts and leads. So yeah, it's been a fantastic week. We're really pleased with it. I don't think we could have asked for it to go any better, to be honest. I think what's pleased me is that often in this industry you don't get the opportunity to play around with an event that's 26 years old. It's our 26th edition, and you know, sometimes you think, well, is there a point to making major changes? And we felt that there was a point to make some changes. This event actually is a representation of the events industry. We want it to be experiential. We want people to enjoy their experience, and making facilitating the opportunity for people to walk around, navigate around the show easily, enjoy what they do, provide the environment for them to meet, do business and network is really important. So it's been 11 months and 2 weeks in the planning, and the feedback that we've had has been absolutely great. So I'm delighted, not just for myself but for the team who have worked hard to implement these changes. As most people know, EIBTM is independently audited, so we never really comment until that audit has been published. But what I can say is that our exhibitor personnel numbers have actually increased this year, and I think a lot more exhibitors are coming to the show, really want to ensure that they don't miss out on the opportunity. Hosted by numbers are pretty much the same on what they were last year, so around about 4,000. Delighted with that number. Trade visitors, we're possibly looking at an increase this year, but again, until we actually close the show, we haven't closed the show yet, there's still people coming in registering as new on Thursday afternoon. So early stages are that we should be ahead of where we ended up last year, and last year was a record for us. So I'm not counting my chickens, but hopefully we can come up with the proof that we've delivered a really strong visitor and hosted by performance this week. Well, the pre-scheduled appointment is the backbone of what we do through the hosted buyer programme. So before we even came on site last week, 65,310. I know that because I actually was looking at the figures myself before I came on site. That had already been created as PSAs for the week ahead, and of course that excludes any meetings that our hosted buyers have additionally to that. And we know through research 60% of hosted buyers do far more than their pre-required number of 7 appointments per day minimum, plus 1 destination appointment. So that's great, and the average number of appointments per buyer has gone up by 1.5. I know that might sound small, but if you multiply that across 4,000, then that's a significant increase. So everything points to a really successful week, but at the end of the day, it's what my customers think, and if they're happy, then we'll be happy.
And sort of general feedback on the ground when you've been wandering around, because you are very hands-on, you do get out on the show floor and you do meet people. You've said about the great feedback you've had of the layout. How's the sort of the business temperature been? Have you managed to take that? Did people seem happy? Did they seem to have been closing some deals?
Absolutely. Since 2008, 2009, EIBTM has been set against the context of a struggling global economy, and it's been great to deliver probably the first EIBTM for a few years now, set against whilst the economy around the world, and this is a generalisation, has struggled, and it is now starting to improve. I've heard the word incentive used on the exhibition floor probably for the first time in a number of years, so that's really encouraging. I think a lot of our hosted buyers are making, as I referred to earlier, more appointments. I think they've got more actual business to start to place now. Lead time starting to look as though they're getting a bit longer. So I think that the temperature is, whilst it's not boiling, it's starting to simmer quite nicely. I think that's the way I put it.
Fantastic, Graeme. I'll let you rest now. It's been a heck of a show. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you very much for talking to me, and I'm already looking forward to next year.
My pleasure, and we look forward to doing the same thing in 12 months' time. Cheers, Ian.